things just keep spiraling for Rockstar Games. Delays piling up, more than 34 employees suddenly let go, internal protests, and now a massive open letter signed by over 200 staff members demanding those workers be reinstated. The whole situation has blown up so badly that it reached the doors of the UK Parliament. So buckle up, because in today's video, we're diving into every major update and figuring out what all of this could mean for the future of GTA 6. What's up guys, Jason Duval here. This entire mess kicked off when a group of Rockstar employees decided they'd had enough and started organizing with the IWGB, the UK's game workers union. Their goal? To push for better working conditions, challenge the burnout culture, and find at least some stability during what's been an insanely turbulent period of development. According to several former devs, GTA 6 has been going through constant internal shakeups, deadline pressure, team reshuffles, management structures that just couldn't keep up with a project this massive. Basically, stress levels inside the studios were already sky high, and Rockstar, from the inside, sounded more chaotic than anyone expected. Then came the bombshell. Last week, 34 Rockstar employees were fired allegedly because of their union involvement. IWGB claims these layoffs were retaliatory, an attempt to intimidate others who were also joining the union. Rockstar, on the other hand, denied everything, saying this was just normal restructuring and that the fired employees were supposedly sharing internal game information, blaming leaks as the reason. But here's the twist. Those so-called leaks? They were actually union meetings happening on Discord, nothing to do with the game. And from there, everything snowballed even more. Former workers, current employees, and supporters started gathering for two protests, one outside Take, two headquarters in London, Rockstar's parent company, and the other in Edinburgh, right at the doors of Rockstar North, the main nerve center behind GTA 6, with signs calling for fairness, union rights, humane working conditions, and most importantly, reinstatement of the fired devs. The pressure only kept growing. One of the main organizing groups, Stand with Rockstar 34, has now called for even more protests. One happened today, November 14th, and another is planned for November 18th, ending with a march straight to the Scottish Parliament, yes, one of the major branches of the UK government. And hey, if you've been following the channel, you already know I covered this whole disaster in a separate deep dive video. If you missed it, you're honestly losing half the context. Hit that card at the top, I'll also leave the link in the description. Go check it out, it really ties into what we're talking about today. And honestly, the deeper you dig into all this, the crazier it gets. Because whether you're rooting for Rockstar or criticizing them, this is one of those rare moments where the future of a massive game, maybe the biggest release of the entire decade, feels like it's hanging on a thread. And the more pressure that builds around the studio, the more unpredictable the road ahead becomes. So yeah, grab your snacks, because this story is far from over. The union didn't stop at protests. They went all in and drafted a formal letter backed by over 200 signatures from Rockstar employees, demanding that all 34 fired workers be brought back immediately. And think about that for a second. 200 people. That's not some tiny handful, that's a huge portion of the teams behind GTA, Red Dead, and all the other major internal projects. And this wasn't some polite, soft-spoken note either. The letter was packed with sharp accusations, claims of anti-union pressure, managers allegedly pushing employees to stay silent, and clear demands for full reinstatement of everyone who was let go. According to reports, the document was delivered straight to Rockstar's leadership, but of course, it didn't stay behind closed doors for long. It leaked, and within hours it was circulating across gaming news outlets. This is honestly unprecedented for Rockstar. Sure, we've seen scattered statements from developers in the past, especially during the Red Dead Redemption 2 crunch era, when burnout culture inside the studio started becoming impossible to ignore. But what's happening now? This is on a completely different scale. A full-blown organized movement, public accusations, massive employee unity, it's something we've never seen reach this level before. And just when you think it can't escalate any further, it does. The situation has now made its way all the way to the UK Parliament. During a recent official session, Member of Parliament Christine Jardine actually name-dropped Rockstar Games directly, calling attention to the entire controversy in front of the government.
Clear an interest because I have an employee who works for the company I'm about to mention, although they are not affected by the action it's taken. That company is video game company Rockstar, who's fired at least 30 employees across its UK studios, including Rockstar North in Edinburgh. Several of my constituents have been directly affected, and some came to see me last week to express those concerns. They claim they have been sacked because they were trying to unionise and discussing working conditions in private, but Rockstar have accused them of distributing confidential information and sacked them for gross misconduct. I've written to Rockstar to ask for information on the issue, but I wondered, could I have a meeting with the relevant minister to discuss what steps can be taken to support the workforce?
The sector she talks about is really important to the growth of the economy, but so too are rights at work, and successful companies are those that give decent rights and conditions at work, decent rights and conditions for the people they employ. So I will raise it with ministers and see what action, if any, can be taken to resolve this.
And then something wild happened. The video of this whole situation blew up online, spreading way beyond the gaming community. For the first time in years, Rockstar found itself at the center of a massive labor dispute with real political and international attention. And as you can imagine, this is terrible for Rockstar's public image. But that leads to the big question everyone's asking right now. Could all of this chaos push GTA 6 even further back? Let's be real, guys. The game has already been delayed again to November 19th. That's the third delay since GTA 6 was officially announced back in 2022. Think about the timeline. Announcement in 2022, first real trailer dropping at the end of 2023, then nothing until that new trailer in May 2025, and just a few weeks later, another delay pushing the release all the way to late 2026. And it's not hard to imagine how a situation like this could destabilize the studio even more. Firing people mid-development, especially when those people are crucial to the pipeline, is like ripping gears out of a machine that's already running at full speed. It doesn't matter how many developers dream of working at Rockstar or how often they hire, replacing talent during a project this massive is never instant. First, they have to thoroughly vet the candidate, confirm their skills, check their background, verify their experience, look through recommendations, handle all the HR steps, and then, if the person has to relocate, figure out visas, housing, contracts, salaries, every one of these steps eats up weeks or even months. And all of it costs Rockstar a ton of time and money. And when over 200 employees are willing to put their names on a letter challenging the company's decisions, you know the internal situation is way more serious than it looks from the outside. All of this points to one thing. Inside the studio, there's a growing mix of distrust, fear, and instability. Morale is reportedly at rock bottom, and when morale collapses, productivity and creativity go down with it. And if things keep moving in this direction, Rockstar might eventually decide to cave in and reinstate all 34 workers just to calm the storm. But doing that would force them to explain to regulators exactly why those firings happened in the first place. The other possibility, Rockstar refuses to back down. And if that happens, we could be looking at strikes, halted production, more media attention, political pressure from multiple sides, and, of course, even further delays for GTA 6. No matter how you look at it, Rockstar Games is right in the center of a hurricane. Meanwhile, GTA 6, the most anticipated game of the entire decade, relies on the very teams that are now protesting, signing letters, speaking to the press, and even taking their concerns to Parliament. If this conflict isn't resolved carefully and quickly, the fallout could mean new delays, major internal restructuring, and a tense atmosphere that follows the project all the way until launch. The future of GTA 6 genuinely depends on what happens over the next few weeks, and you can bet we'll be tracking every twist and every update right here on the channel. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think this whole mess will be resolved soon? Will it seriously impact GTA 6's development? Or, and I know some of you are thinking all of this be some insane marketing tactic from Rockstar? Drop your thoughts below. I read every comment and I want to know what you think. And listen, if you enjoy these deep dive updates, don't forget to hit that like button. It takes you less than a second, but it tells YouTube that our content is worth pushing to more people. If you want to support the channel even more for free, just tap that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss a new video. You'll be the first to know whenever a new GTA 6 update drops. Thank you all so much for being here. Your support means the world. Stay sharp, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one. Jason out.